Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jisoo, and today's topic of my presentation is story of challenge. So I am using the word serve on my title, so I will explain from now on. So I would like to start from this nice picture. So this is the scenery of Manhattan, New York. So I would like to let you imagine one situation. So in the coastal area where you live, like this picture, sometimes a huge wave comes and you are already aware of it. For some reason, you have to continue living in this area. Then what will you do to minimize your harm by the wave? I guess most people will construct high buildings to avoid it, like the picture. However, I couldn't afford to do so like other people. Therefore, the flow of my story from now on is quite difficult, quite different from it. So as you see in the graph, so this is the income level of applicants for national scholarship. So as you see in the picture, so the blue area is representing the people who are not eligible to apply for national scholarship because they have a lot of money, enough money to enroll the university. So it uh, so it is 73.1% of the whole students. And as you see in the right side, the yellow area and red area is representing the people who get a maximized national scholarship by national authority. And I would like to say I was in this place. So after finishing my military service, I came back to school and started my study again. And at that time, I started to think about the exchange program because as a political science major, it is not meaningful to study only in my home country, right? So I really wished to go somewhere and have experiences of international exchange program. So for me, there were many great places for exchange program as a political science major, since so yeah. Uh, in addition, since I double majored in French, the France was one of my options. America is the best, of course, and we have UK, Germany, Canada. I just ambiguously thought about the country. Honestly, Japan was not my first preference. I'm really sorry to Japanese people, but I didn't even care about Japan before. But actually, this kind of thought was no more than a daydream at that time because I couldn't afford to join the program. At that time, I was doing one tutoring, just one tutoring, and receiving about 400,000 won, which is equivalent to 40,000 yen or 400 US dollars. And this was the only life expense to me. Then how can I manage to pay the flight fee, dormitory rent, and daily expense abroad? So I was nearly giving up this issue. But one day, I accidentally found a poster of the new coming program, Campus Asia. Yeah, for me, the condition was amazing. Once you're accepted by the program to Japan, you could get a double degree or a dormitory fee and 80,000 yen of monthly stipend. And after the calculation, I realized that it was even cheaper to study in Japan than just staying in Korea. So after then, I started to analyze my obstacles. First, I needed the highest GPA I could make, and I was supposed to have an interview as well. But above everything, I had no knowledge in Japan and Japanese language. Then what should I do? Do I have enough competency to make it? I seriously thought for a while, and the conclusion was yes, why not? So at first, I should make a story for the interview. So I participated in the first intensive program by Campus Asia program. So it was the Gunkanjima, which the Henry mentioned it before. It was the same program. So this place was meaningful place in case of like history of China, Korea, and Japan. So during this program, uh, the students of three countries gathered and discussed about the relationship among us and making joint textbook. So because of that, I felt that it was really, really important as being Korean people to know and stack the specialty on East Asian relationship. So this was my the biggest motivation to uh, start a exchange program to Japan. At that time, I was really desperate because I thought that it was the only chance for me to experience the international exchange program. So I started hard for the preparation, and I wish it myself to be perfect. Um, in other words, I didn't want to remain anything makes me to not to accept it by the program. So I worked hard, and this is the result. So I got perfect grade at 2017, both first semester and second semester, and there was a contest by the Ministry of Education uh, for like competing with the experience essay. So my essay about the joint textbook group work was getting a first prize of the contest. So at the interview, the faculties couldn't ignore me when it come to acceptance. Finally, I flew to Japan. Yeah, so when you see this slide, on the left side, we have two Japanese words, which is oki and chisai, which means big and small in Japanese. So it is quite a basic word in Japanese, right? And when you see the title here, so it was by my friends at that time. So actually, I didn't know big and small in Japanese after 1 month or 2 months after I came to Japan. So like I asked that like, how come you came here without knowing Oki and Chisai? Yeah, that was my Japanese level. And in this situation, I was accidentally participated in school festival, the club introduction festival. So at that festival, among the huge crowd, I met one lady, and the lady seems to have a great program in their circle. At that time, I didn't understand a single word in Japanese, so I thought that it was just a promotion of their circle or club. But actually, it was more serious. So her organization was like holding 3 hours of discussion every week, and they are planning some project abroad. And actually, their organizations was not a circle, not a club, but non-profit organization. The matter was serious than I thought. I had to decide between stay there or find another easy circle. And after thinking for a while, my conclusion was yes, why not? So yeah, I just stayed and I did my best to stay still and listening random Japanese for 3 hours once a week. So yeah, it was the hard time, but eventually, as time goes by, I felt like my Japanese proficiency is getting better and better, and I finally made it. So this is the project. So on the left upper side, this is the picture of me translating Indonesian to English to Japanese because I was the best English speaker at the group. Yes. And as my language proficiency was overcome, I also become a pioneer or the senpai for the Campus Asia program. and we held information session. And this guy in the middle is our first presenter, of course. And we also participated on the contest held by Waseda University. We met the president of Waseda University, and we had a chance to promote our Campus Asia program to develop the policy of the university. Yes. In addition, I had a chance to get an interview at United Nations building at Shibuya. I thought that international organization is quite international, of course. So I took for granted that naturally the official language would be English or French or so on, the official UN language. But at the interview, I received this kind of question, that it is okay to work in Japanese as an official language. So yeah, it was quite surprising because it was international organization. Like, I didn't expect it to work in Japanese at international organization as an intern. But my answer was yes, why not? And I finally made it. So I successfully completed my internship at UNFPA Tokyo office. This was about a half a year later, to my first arrival in Japan. So I received it on only 6 months. Yes. So because of this kind of experience, I was kind of addicted to yes, why not phrases. And this kind of challenging spirit dominated my mind. So I started to challenge in other areas. Like, for example, I became a musical actor, and I released my digital single album. So I became a singer-songwriter. And in addition, so I became a YouTuber. So when you search the Koika Sia TV in YouTube, you can see me. So Koika is my current internship place. So it's the governmental organizations for international cooperation. So there may be people who are like me, having a dream but cannot afford to realize it. The reason can be the financial status, personal disabilities, family environment, and so on. In addition, these days we are all affected by COVID-19 situation, which force us to change or give up our original plan. It is quite frustrating and exhausting for sure. And to make matters worse, there are always some envious people around us who seems to overcome everything and living their life so well. But for me, staying still and complaining about the situation did never help to make things better. Rather than that, I just kept finding the best things I can do in this environment. Although I didn't know the outcome of my current effort, I prepared to catch the chance once it comes. Another important thing to note is that those chances didn't fit at 100% to my expectation. Every chance required me to change and adjust in new atmosphere in some part. In this phase, challenge has a role. When I had to make a decision, I believed that this uncertainty will give another fruitful result. Even though I fail, the experience will become a meaningful asset. Above all, I am prepared to jump into it. And I was right. I don't want to say that Campus Asia is not the only way to achieve it, but at the same time, I can be really sure that Campus Asia program was perfect for me to have such a fruitful result. Let's come back to the wave story. When a big wave comes, like I said before, ordinary people tend to build a high castle or high buildings to assure them to be safe. However, since I couldn't afford to do so, I decided to face the wave and surf on it. and at last I could get an extraordinary course of my life journey. Of course, it's not the only proper way to live a life. When you surf on the wave, you always have to fight against uncertain future because nobody, including yourself, knows the final destination of this wave. So when someone asks me about my future career in 5 years, I can't give him or her a clear answer. I always say, I don't know. Nevertheless, I became to enjoy this kind of journey and anticipate every sequence of my unexpected future. So I don't set the destination, but I just set the direction and go ahead. Before wrapping up, I would like to introduce my life direction. I would like to march for the world where every children and youth have equal opportunity and realize their own dream. So based on my personal experience, I will keep finding young people around the world like me who are eager to be educated but have a difficult environment. So during my lifetime, I will keep showing that they can finally overcome and make it so that they can become another and another me. So from next year, I'm going to the graduate school and do a research on international educational development. So what is your wave and what is your strategy against it? I have no doubt that everybody here have a power to overcome each difficulty and give a positive effect to each other, to the society, and to the world. I don't know if my presentations was good to listen, but I would be very happy if there is just a single person who gets a motivation or gets a courage to overcome current difficulties and decides to take an exciting challenge through my presentation. Let's go together with me. Thank you very much for listening.